Welcome to the Indie Corner, where we talk about all things independent comics, specifically the greatest super comic book in the universe. Robert Kirkman's Invincible. I'm Mikey.
I'm Christian.
I am still Matt.
And today,
Mikey, I don't think you could say that line anymore because
Why?
now it's the only superhero comic book you'll ever need.
that's true.
Which
That's
is the
true.
tagline.
The heading has changed.
Yeah.
But am I actually gonna do it? I don't
No,
know.
you won't.
I'm really used
You
to doing
won't. You will never. You will never remember this conversation.
it. I mean, listen. Maybe I'll do it at one point. I'll surprise you. But
I would
let's
be
get
surprised.
people. We're back at it again. Episode 27. No, 27. 27.
20, sure. I have
20.
not been keeping track.
28. I think
Yeah,
28.
Yeah,
28.
28. Sorry, because we've done so much of these, I forget.
It is
So,
28.
Yeah, 28. Volume 21, titled after a good sitcom, Modern Family, which covers issues 115 to 120. And I'm excited to talk about this. As you can see from my name, this arc gave me the feels, and we're gonna discuss why that is. But so we'll just get right to it. So Matt, you're doing issue 115.
I am doing issue 115. This
Yay.
issue has a cool cover with Battle Beast on it.
This is one of my favorite covers in the series. This cover is sick.
I
Yeah,
just
it's a
like
pretty dope
Battle
cover.
Beast. He's gonna fuck shit up like he does.
Like Otley, remember I told you, I've said this before, like in the podcast. Otley's favorite character to draw is Battle Beast, and it shows.
Yes.
So at least is secretly a furry.
No, don't disrespect him.
Do you think he started his art career doing furry porn?
100%. I think
Yeah.
so.
Wait, I thought you
Me
meant
too.
like I didn't
Thank
know
you,
you were
Matt.
joking or not. I was actually gonna tell you the real answer.
So, if you picked up this book because you saw Battle Beast on the cover and you want to see more Battle Beast, you're in luck. This issue is entirely about Battle Beast. So, it opens up, first page, you see Battle Beast with his new alien wife, the one that talks like Yoda for no reason.
Nah, listen, call. We should call Battle Beast freaking Super Mario. Could be he be laying down that pipe.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking, what random ass video on Instagram did you steal that one from?
No, I actually made that up just now in my head.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm just that smooth.
All right, respect.
Well,
Sorry,
Battle
Matt.
Beast
I'm sorry, man.
is also that smooth because he landed Yoda, and Yoda's like, we had really good sex, Battle Beast, but can we get back to talking about actually nothing? That's not really anyway.
I find it funny that like we had great. You made me bleed. I'm gonna marry you. Like,
But his fun is interrupted by Space Racer, and Space Racer's like, "Yo, Battle Beast, we found Thragg. We need to go get the shit out of him." And there's a really cool splash page. I don't know if Mikey grabbed it.
of course I did.
And it's with Battle Beast going into battle, and he looks awesome.
This is my favorite page
So cool.
in this entire arc.
I think it is.
It's
That's a
so
good
good.
wallpaper right there.
Great composition, great like foreshortening, dude. Otley, man.
Mm-hmm.
So Battle Beast shows up on this planet with some familiar-looking bug people, and he's here looking like a motherfucker, and he's like, "Thragg, I've come to kill you." And then Thragg's here, he's like, "Nah, dude, I beat you before, I can do that again." So, Did Battle Beast bring the Ragnars, or are they on this planet?
No, he technically, no, you're right, he did.
Well, he did.
But he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Right. His wife? His
Yeah.
Yoda girlfriend brought them.
It's his female companion.
Yeah.
You could okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to say this.
You got it, Matt. You got it.
But Battle Beast is super upset to see these here because he didn't want help. They were only supposed to be released if he was killed. And of course he's still alive. So he and Thragg fight all the monsters together. And then the aliens show up, the bug aliens, the familiar looking bug aliens. They show up and they start also shooting the battle. Not shooting the battle, Christ. Shooting the Ragnars. I said battle because it's on the screen.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's upset they're helping him too. Battle Beast spent this whole issue kind of just bitching. He's upset the entire time.
He wants a fair fight, bro.
He doesn't want a fair fight.
He doesn't want, because the thing is, like, he got mad because his not his wife, I was gonna say wife too. His female companion, who I don't know the name of, wanted like the Ragnars to try to, like, kill her, like, at least, like, kill Thragg so that he wouldn't die. So she did it out of like, love, but he's like, bitch, the fuck.
Nah, it was because she was specifically ordered by Alan to do it. Like, she had to promise. And because of the love.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Battle Beast is like, listen, I don't want any advantage. He has his whole speech about how he wants his fair fight. And so he cuts open his stomach with his own sword to try to create a fair fight. And Thragg is like real upset about this. He's like, listen, dude, I'm Thragg. I was a king. I'm the best there is. You need to be taking this seriously. And Battle Beast is like, no, dude, I am taking this seriously. This is my life. And then they look deep into each other's eyes, and they fall madly in love. And now that they respect each other, they start to really fight. And it's just great. There's great two double page splashes in a row. First with them running at each other, looking all mad and bloody, and then this brutal fight with Thragg and Battle Beast. And that's followed up by looking in on more of these aliens, and there's all this screaming going on. And I guess it's a bit of a fake out, because maybe it's the fight, but no, there's one of those bug aliens is giving birth to a purple baby, and there's a room full of purple babies, the purple baby room.
The purple baby.
Yeah, so
they're making an army of Olivers.
This is the same planet where Oliver was born.
Hence my name. Never should have trusted him. Never should have brought him into this world. Yeah.
Well, fuck you, Christian.
Yo, you're just mad because I'm right.
So this issue is kind of great. It's just kind of one huge fight between Battle Beast and Thragg, but I liked it a lot. I never really cared about Thragg. I thought Thragg was kind of lame, but after this issue, I've grown to respect him a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You expect his warrior, his fighting spirit a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, I felt this issue read really fast because because of the amount of like splash pages and stuff like that, and because like it's mostly action, you just breeze right through. Which I mean, that's not like really a complaint. I just want something I wanted to mention.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just this issue was dope. I mean, dude, Battle Beast has been one of our favorite characters ever since like we got introduced to him. So I just to see him like a full on fight between like two of the strongest characters in Invincible is great. The whole idea where like Thragg went to the same planet that Nolan decided to flee from, it's been populating. And like, listen, like all of these women, every single one of them are pregnant. He got the entire planet's women just with Viltrumite baby.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would just I'm tired thinking about that. Let alone actually doing it. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
but like it's Matt Sims, like it's kind of like a fake out, but then like you see that like oh shit, like this is bad because an army of Olivers, basically, as Christian described, is in Thragg's command is not a good thing.
No,
yeah,
you're not.
Yeah. Well, like Oliver wasn't shit for like a hot minute, so I doubt it'd be that.
Yeah.
But like from the looks of this though, like from especially for how many women like he got like pregnant, he's probably outranked. He's outranked the Viltrumite ranks
via numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, probably like a couple issues ago, amongst my complaints of Oliver, he's the great value version of a Viltrumite, right? So I feel like 10 Olivers is probably equivalent to like one Viltrumite. So I feel like it'd be a pretty fair fight, unless he goes like absolutely ham and like populates an entire planet of Olivers, which in that case, yeah, he might.
He might.
You know what? Yeah, because he's got the stamina.
Yeah, he's doing it for
really
Viltrum. He's doing it for Viltrum, Viltrum all the way. So
are they all boys?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
I doubt that. Yeah.
No, they're not.
It would
What?
No, I'm just thinking of like genetically what since the Viltrumite DNA is so powerful, why aren't they just perfect copies of whoever had sex with the alien, you know? Like it would never. I'm not a biologist. I wouldn't know. So maybe there's some bullshit. Also, it's a fucking comic book. Who gives a shit about science? That's just me being nerdy.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm just thinking it probably would make sense that they all be boys, but I'm stupid. So.
All right.
Yeah. So thoughts, I guess.
I'm good, man. This is just a great issue.
Okay.
Thragg making half bug babies is not a good sign at all.
Very true.
Wait, Christian, maybe I didn't follow what you just said, but if that's how it worked, then how would they? Wouldn't that end the species real fast if they were all
in Viltrumite? No, in Viltrumite. Let me explain. All right. So, when a man loves a woman,
what's that?
Okay, yeah. Fuck it.
All right, next issue.
Yeah, next issue. Let's do this. My issue. Issue 116. Nolan finally gets what he deserves. A house destroyed. We start off this issue with a happy William. You guys remember William, right?
Our boy.
Yeah.
I remember at one point there's a character in this book named William. Yeah.
I mean, I never forgot William because William is our lovely gay boy that we love so much. Guys, remember Pride Month. Come on now.
So, yeah, our lovely gay boy William is absolutely ecstatic with what's happening in the world right now. The troops have come back. New laws are coming out. Free college. Healthcare is finally free. Europe did it way before us. Anyway, the crime rate is down to 0. Drugs just aren't being made anymore for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
I love that, the fact that like it's his interpretation and the real of like the really what happened. Like Rex just killed all the drug dealers.
Yeah. North Korea liberated. And space is being explored even more. And as Mikey said, the reason why is because our new fantastic overlord, Rex, aka Robot, aka Rudy, aka too many goddamn names, has taken over and is taking care of us like the big boy daddy he is. And and his boyfriend is oddly looking a lot handsomer last time I seen him. Can we talk about we talk about this art that got like super nice? Is it just me?
Hold on. Did the colors change? Oh yeah, the colors changed. Oh, I should mention that. Yeah, Jean-Francois Bellieu is coloring the book now. I think the last one, I think like his name was like John Rauch. I think he left. Who did the whole painted coloring? Well, it's good. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm really liking it.
I like these colors a lot. I think it really pops.
Yeah, it works really well.
So, as they're telling this to a Mark and Eve, they're obviously distraught because they know the actual reason as to why this world is changing. And he's all like, salt in the wounds and all this stuff. And William's like, do you guys know something that I don't know? And Mark's like, don't fucking worry about it. Everything's A-okay. And then William's like, all right, cool, I won't, because I'm William and I'm a side character and I'm not coming back after this probably. And Eve was like, shit, we probably have to go. Got to pick up the old baby because we have a baby. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, man.
We have a fucking baby.
You have a baby girl.
It's so great. Yeah. And it's at Eve's shitty parents' house because they're shitty. And they're going to head over there after, they say hi because they haven't seen each other in forever.
Yeah.
Cuts to Nolan and Debbie standing in front of their destroyed house.
Oh.
And they have, I don't want to say they have two interpretations of it. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
But
geez. I'm just kidding. I love you. You're not. I didn't mean that.
Okay, so Nolan thinks of it as a testament to Robot's goodwill as to not try to kill his son, and just destroy his house. And then Debbie, being the human, was like, this shit sucks. He destroyed my goddamn house. It's very upsetting.
It's very realistically like, we had a mortgage, goddammit.
Yeah. So Nolan is super on what's his face, Rex's side, and explaining why this probably isn't going to be so bad, and obviously he misses Cecil and all that jazz.
Of course.
And then Debbie's just reminiscing on the character development they all had and how it's gone because she went back with Nolan, but that's neither here nor there. They give each other hugs and they're happy where they are right now, which is great because they're super happy in their relationship. And one of their neighbors, Miss Frizzle, comes by and is like, "Oh my god, oh my goodness, is that Nolan and Debbie? I thought you guys were dead." And then they disappeared. And she's like, "Oh my god, ghost!"
No, she thinks that she sees Debbie and is like, "Oh, Debbie, like I haven't seen you since your house collapsed." And it was like, "Wait a minute, is that Nolan? Woof, ghosts?"
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Back to Mark and Eve. They're flying to Eve's parents' house. Mark's going slow because he doesn't want to be there quick because her parents sucks ass, especially the dad. And then he's like, "All right, time for small talk. How's that leg that you lost?" And she's like, "I don't want to talk about it." It's like, "Ooh, sorry, sore subject." And he's like, "Nah, it feels weird. I'm getting like phantom limb, but the limb's actually there, and it's like super cold and weird." And then Mark's like, "Sorry to hear that you lost your leg." And she's like, "Hey, don't be. At least we're here to have dinner with my parents. It'll take the leg thing off my mind." And then we get back to the interesting shit.
Yeah.
Your boy, Battle Beats, back at it again, getting his ass whooped, unfortunately, but we believe in him.
I was telling Matt this before we started. I completely forgot that this entire fight lasts the whole arc. I thought it was only going to last one issue.
Yeah, days. It lasts literal days, this fight. Why? Because they're freaking badass motherfuckers. Nonstop brawl. I love shit like that. Word. And then we get to the not so interesting thing, family dinner and conversation. We find out that they haven't figured out a name for their baby yet, and their mom's getting on their ass for it. Eve complains about her name because it sucks. Her dad's like, "What the fuck is wrong with your name? It's awesome." And she starts breastfeeding at the table, and then her dad's all childish, just like, "Ew, boobies, disgusting.
Boobies at the tables? How dare you?
Women doing female things? Gah." And then he just storms out.
That's literally what it is. Women beat women.
That is literally his character.
Yeah.
It's just, I hate women.
It's just that like her dad is a sexist piece of shit and her mom just takes it.
Very upsetting. They cut to in her room because they're homeless. And they talk about maybe we should have gotten a hotel or something because your parents kind of suck ass. Oh, and they're talking about how many funerals they have to go through because they lost a lot of friends. They got to go to 3 tomorrow. Cuts to the funeral. We start off with Black Samson. We got a lot of folks there. In the foreground, we got Invincible and Rex. Notice that Rex is there, the audacity, because who killed him?
I want to say this real quick before you continue. This page, when I read it, got me so heated. I had to put it down for a second.
Because you saw Rex?
Rex literally has the audacity to show up to Black Samson. My fault.
Yeah.
And then Knockout and Kid Thor, and he killed them all.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
you piece of shit. I'm surprised that obviously there were obviously no witnesses because he killed all the Guardians who were there, and the rest that they saw are in prison. But like, dude, in fact that no one knows, I was like, dude, this is just
It's upsetting. Yeah. And we shift to, like you said, Knockouts and Kid Thor's funeral. He's also there, along with the accurate size of Wolverine right next to Batman with a night mask.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see him, right?
Dude,
He's Wolverine with a mustache. Yeah, you see him too.
Was he in capes? We didn't see it.
No, he definitely. I would have seen it if he was in capes. Then again, I avoid side comics like the plague.
Well,
so
capes was the best one, in my opinion.
It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. And then Cecil. No one showed up because no one loved him. I
don't think I think that's kind of part of it. That's part of it. But like, I also think he was a very secretive person. Like, I don't even think anyone even knows he's dead.
Yeah, I think it was required by his job not to have people in his life to distract him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy giving the what was it, sermon, final words, whatever, eulogy. That's the word. Thank you very much. Yeah. He's like, not much was known about Cecil Stedman. He is a simple man who led a simple life, and he will be missed. Is that enough? And then we move on. And then Mark's like, thank God Rex didn't come to this one. The assholetry of this man for coming to the first two. And Neve's like, okay, gonna go home. Coming with? And then Mark's like, nah, I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit. And then he thinks about his situation that he is in with his friend ruling the world and such. He doesn't think he could live like this. He feels like he could have stopped it if he tried hard enough. And then he sighs, flies off, and then we run into Immortal, 90% of him. And he stops him.
Is it? Yeah, okay, 90%.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh my God, you look like shit, Immortal. And then Immortal's like, what, this? I'm just going to steal an arm from a grave, I guess. I don't know where he got his new arm from. But he's asking Mark, what are you doing? Are you not going to fight with me? This shit sucks. I don't care about peace. The world is supposed to be in chaos. I've been around for like forever. And I know shit. I was the president of the United States. I was Abraham Lincoln. You know, all that shit. And then Mark's like, he's a genius. He's just ruling the world with logic. It might not be that bad. And then Immortal's like, yeah, if you rule the world with logic, when is the world going to be illogical to keep elderly alive for a certain amount of time? Or to have all these population problems? When are we going to start killing people off? Because it's a logical thing to do. You get what I'm saying? I know Kate would allow me to fight for this, and I know that Eve is. You think Eve's stopping you, but in reality, it's not a good excuse. So suck it up, big champ, and fight people with me. That conversation ends. They get to the moon base, and Mark's trying to convince his dad to join Immortal to fight. And Nolan's like, nah, I gotta keep it on my own. And he says this interesting thing that's very concerning. Lesser beings are sometimes better off with someone more intelligent being in control. A domestic dog is better off than a wild one. But is it free? Referring to his wife. And then Mark's like, Jesus, Dad, as he should be. And then, he tries to hide the fact that he's a horrible person. And what's her face? Samantha? The bitch. Comes up behind Mark. Is like, hi, Mark. And Mark's like, fuck off.
Yeah, no, you got her name right. The bitch. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So Nolan's like, Mark, stop. We don't have many of those lying around. We need to not kill our people. And then, she continues to be a bitch. And then Nolan's like, what was that? And then Mark's like, I don't want to talk about it. And then back to the fight. Freaking look at this page.
Dude.
Take a minute. Let's enjoy this. He's getting his ass whooped. He deserves this.
Wait, can I Nah. Actually, what I can. We got a full screen layout.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This image is awesome.
So, it really is, and super gruesome. Nice details. Freaking ripped ass men beating each other up. Top quality shit.
Dude, Otley's one of the best comic book artists of like this, like the past, like this new decade, dude. This decade.
Very true.
Oh
Very
my
true.
god.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's good. All right, back to the story. Our favorite couple, Eve and Mark, laying right next to their baby, who is still unnamed. They're trying to figure out a good name. Hannah, Annabelle, Dora, all that shit. And then Mark's like, not paying attention at all.
No.
And then Eve's like, where are you right now? Are you good? And then Mark's like, yeah. With a dramatic pause and such. And then she's like, I really do not believe you. And then Mark's like, I'm sorry. There's just so much going on. Like, I love you. And being back together is great. And I love being with my daughter. But the thing is, I don't think, like, I want to put this family first. But I know I need to do what's right. Because that's who I am. But I also need to do what's right for us as well. And being here, I don't think I could ignore the fact that Rex is taking over. And this all could lead to shit. I can try to convince myself that things are fine, but I just can't. I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. And then he says, I kind of want to leave and move out. And what was the name of that character, Matt? The marshmallow guy?
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yes, makes an appearance right in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
Let me put on full screen so I could like.
Yeah, you see
right
it.
here, right?
Yeah, there you go. It was a nice little detail. So ends issue 116. Thoughts, opinions.
They're gonna leave Earth. That's huge.
That is.
Yeah.
It's again another
Another
shift.
huge status quo shift. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say this issue is great. Again, I really like how like this entire time I like how William is a good was a good opener just because it reminded yeah, he's still in the book, but as well as it's like it's the civilian interpretation of what Rex is doing. Everything is very important.
I agree.
No clue. The funerals. I literally I'm not gonna. I literally read that shit, got so mad, then put it down for a second, because I was like, this disrespectful piece of shit. I was not happy at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, this again, and the thing is Rex, obviously because he when he killed them all, he said it wasn't personal. So I want to believe in his perspective, he thinks that these guys are my friends and I had to kill them because it was necessary. But
yeah, because that's what friends do.
Yeah, but
Right.
he hasn't come to terms with the fact that oh wait, I killed my friends. But it was alluded to that at the end of the last arc when he had those when he was reminiscing of all of his friends and all that stuff. So there's that. Also, just real important, Christian. You kind of brush over it a little bit. When he is at Cecil's grave, this was a great scene, and I really like this scene. He was basically talking to Cecil, quote unquote, and was just debating yo, if he thought if Cecil was still alive, would he actually side with Rex or not? Is what Rex doing justified in Cecil's eyes? Because Cecil would do the same thing, and I thought it was very interesting because even though Cecil was an asshole, which I mean was clearly, but he was kind of a father figure to Mark when Nolan left.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he wanted the best for Mark, even though sometimes he had a difficult time of showing it.
You can say that.
But yeah, you can say that. But then he wanted, Mark to stay on the right path, which again is not take over the Earth is the right path.
Uh-huh.
So I, in a way, him just talking to Cecil, to get some last words, some closure, I thought was very touching because he was a father figure to Mark, the only one he had. It was only him and Art. He talked to Cecil more, so I like that a lot. Yeah. So again, yeah, the bitch. This heifer needs to get the shit smacked out of her. I can't stand it. Every time she's on fucking. No, not huh?
Did you say heifer?
Yeah.
This heifer?
Yeah.
Like the animal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just no. And then obviously like them leaving is, big change, big change. So sorry, Matt, I've been talking too much. You have anything to say?
I think this issue's fine. It's not. It's like it's good, but not a lot happens. But it's what needed to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know how I view it.
It's not super eventful, but it's super important.
Yeah. Like the story with Mark is like the chip, and then the stories with Battle Beast is the salsa on the chip. I like the salsa only, but I need the chip in order to get the salsa in my mouth.
Like,
okay,
like, like the chip,
I get it. Yeah,
like the story's the chip, but then like the Battle Beast stuff is like the queso.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everyone fucking loves queso, but like you can't have queso just by itself. You need the chip.
Factoids.
We're on the same page. But anything else before we move on to
let's move on.
Yeah. So all right, these are my issues. So issue 117 of Invincible. Great cover. I love the violet pink with the space. I think it's and the
lighting is gorgeous.
I think it's amazing. Yeah. And yeah, now it's again, Christian said like the only superhero comic we'll ever need. I just forgot to mention. Well, I forgot to say that earlier, but yeah. So yeah, this is the farewell Earth issue basically. So this issue starts off with remember, Mark reads comics, so we got to see this man at the comic book store one last time, and he just finds out that like, oh yeah, his pull list has just been open this entire time, and it's just filled with like the entire run of Science Dog. And it's a great conversation where like it's kind of relatable when it comes to like people talk to their comic book store clerks. But yeah, like he just like he's been reading his comics because he just left the pull list open. That's why his pull list is open and his boss just never found out. So I think that's funny. But yeah, what's very interesting is like again he uses Kirkman uses the whole comic book store thing to foreshadow stuff. So he again just talks about like how he noticed the way that like Science Dog is a woman now, and he's just like he's still in the Science Dog's still in the book, but yeah now they're focusing on his alternate dimension sister, and it's weird. And then Marx is like, man, I hate when like the book has been going over for over a decade, and then they started to change things so drastically that it's drastically to keep the story like engaging and new. And he's like, yeah, sure, like keeps the readers interested, like actually attracts new readers, but like it just alienates the readers that have been dedicated to the book this entire time. And he's like, yeah, like I hate change too, but like it's mostly I mostly read corporate comics now, so it just like it's just because nothing changes. Bad guys fight good guys fight bad guys. And that's it's comforting. It's like, are you serious? Like, no, like corporate fucking comics fucking suck.
It's such a hilarious name for the comics, corporate comics. Yeah. And
it's like he's like, ha, like you got me worried for a minute. And it's like I'm excited to read these issues. And he's just like, yeah, dude, like I think he says like yeah, there'd be way more that though there'd be way more of those books if those jerks didn't decide to like keep the books delayed. It's just so good. Like it's just because it's just Kurt would be like, yeah, I'm sorry that the book's been fucking delayed. Like I'm sorry it was a drastic shift because the book's been out for over because it came out. This is around like I saw the ad in the last book. This is 2014 when this book with this issue was came out. So like it's great. And also I just wanted to peek real quick. There's a little fun Easter egg which will allude to a book that we're reading.
We are.
I've been planning on it because I found this book in my box when I was moving out. But yeah. So if you look here in the corner, you see the guy's shirt right here. It looks like there's this like this.
I do see the shirt.
Yeah, I see the shirt.
This demon-looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
So our first comic book trip, story time. I got this book because I saw it in the back of an Invincible ad, which actually the last issue, fair enough. And I bought it, and this book is called Rumble.
I remember when you bought that.
Yeah, so this book right here, Rumble, written by John R. Curdy and James Harn and Dave Stewart. That's the creative team. I thought I lost this, and I've been wanting to do this book on the Indie Corner, so we might do it at some point. But yeah, that's a little Easter egg. So just moving on. So it transitions, and this is, I don't know if you guys saw this in chat, but this almost made me cry. So it transitions to Mark flying with his comic books, and he notices our girl Amber, and she sees a stranger walking toward Amber to reveal
What
that.
do you mean? It's Hawkeye.
What do you mean it's Hawkeye?
Yeah, it's Hawkeye. Doesn't he look like Hawkeye?
Sure.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, I'm thinking of Hawkeye from one of the Amazing Spider-Man cartoons where he makes a cameo in there. Maybe that's a bit too niche.
Maybe it is a bit too niche.
Yeah.
I don't see Hawkeye, but we'll just call him Clint just for now.
Sure.
Awesome.
So Clint goes up to him and is like, "Hey Amber, I've been waiting for you." And it's like, "No worries," and they're just embracing. So that means Amber finally got someone that deserves her. And
doing okay. Yeah.
And I was so happy. I was like, "Oh, like she's happy. Like that's great."
Yeah, she stopped dating bitches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, and also I was thinking like, because people in right now hate Amber in the show after what happened.
It was just one line that she said that ruined everything.
So imagine how bad these motherfuckers are gonna feel when she gets her ass beat in either season 2 or season 3.
I don't think they are. It's the internet. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, I get her. Fuck it," and it's just gonna be sad. It's just gonna make me sad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna think about the comic. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, but I just want to say that. Yeah, but Amber's not happy, so we can thank God for that. Mark's happy and he flies off. It's a great moment, and this is the last time we see her in the series, so
he deserves it.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was sweet. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, and it transitions to Mark seeing this motherfucker again, the gold motherfucker. I forget his name, but
we'll make up a name for him. Gold Spiky Man.
Gold Spiky Man.
Yeah, Gold Spiky Man.
Gold Spiky Man.
And
he's my favorite one.
Yeah.
But he's wrecking havoc, and Mark, obviously not in costume, just saves a bunch of people real quick, and then he leaves them their comics, so in case they get bored up in that building, they can just read them. And he's about to take them down until Robot and Rex intervenes with all his drones, and then he teleports by Mark. Is like, "Yo, we should talk for a little bit." And he was like, and basically he takes them back to tell him it's basically he's just talking about, this is why I'm doing this. The whole point is that I'm taking all these drastic measures so that we can have world peace, so that the superheroes don't have to, be superheroes anymore. And, because it's a logical thing to do. And it's my problem is that if you resist, it's just going to cause further problems. I don't know why you can't see my side of things. And then fucking Mark chimes in is like, "No, the fact that you don't understand that you're smart enough to not know that will never happen is just on you, bro." And then he's like, "Yo, just if you resist, there'll be trouble. Just realize that." And then he flies away, and he's like, "That struck a nerve." And so it transitions back to Mark going on the building, and then the kid says comics are lame, and he's just
like a bitch,
and he's just like, have fun walking. And then
he's like, "You're lame, kid. Take the fucking stairs."
Basically. Yeah. And it transitions to and then D.A. Sinclair shows up, as you can see in this page, and he's like, "Yo," he's like, "What is it, Sinclair?" He's like, "Listen, man, Rex won't hear us, so we're all good. I just want to let you know that listen, not all of us are about Rex's regime. We may work for him, but no, listen, we don't like it. We don't like his douchiness. So I'll just be aware. You have allies. Just think about it if you want to try to revolt." And that's basically the whole ish. So it transitions to Eve and Duplicate at their house, watching the children and all that stuff. And they're just talking about how how terrifying the experience was when Rex took over. She literally ripped Immortal's arm off in front of their children, and it was a traumatizing experience for them. They shouldn't have never experienced. And that the fact it's the fact that they don't like feeling unsafe. The fact that this unsafe feeling wants them to try to start a resistance to revolt against Rex, and and they would be glad if her and Eve would join them. And she's just like, "Well, about that," and it transitions outside of their cabin where Immortal and Mark are grilling, and we see Immortal got his new arm stitched back on. And he mentions hey, he tells them hey, they're beneath the Pentagon. If we are their allies, they're beneath the Pentagon. So if we can, it could take me about won't take me long to get to their cells. We can free them. And he's like, yo, have you met Sinclair? He's like, yeah, I know that little twerp. And he basically is just saying like, yeah, he wants to. He's a good ally. Like he says, there's people on the inside that don't like Rex's regime, so you can think about that. He could be a good asset. And then he's just like, wait a minute. You're saying don't you mean us? Why aren't you saying like he can help us out? And he's like, well, about that, it's like you're a fucking disgrace. And then he's just like, like I'm sorry, but like don't give me excuses. Like the fact that you're just being a fucking coward. The fact that you like you don't understand what what it means to fight for something, what it means to sacrifice yourself for a good cause, because remember Abraham Lincoln, Civil War, all that stuff. And he's just like, like you're throwing it all away. It's like, listen, and I love what Mark says to him. He's just like, okay, first of all, I'm doing this because I have a kid now. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He is the most important thing to me and Eve because we're parents now. All right. This other stuff is not my priority. You are one to fucking talk because when shit was going down, you and Kate just sat around and just played mommy and daddy while we were getting shit done. I was cleaning up. Like the thing is, like we were getting shit done. Like that's the thing, right? So like the fact that you guys can do it and me and Eve can't do it, what kind of hypocrite bullshit is that? So like,
damn, Mikey, you put some emotion into that shit. What did Immortal do to you?
I'm trying to revoke. I'm trying to revoke.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm feeling it. Keep it up.
And he's like, listen, it's like I don't know what's gotten into you. Like like if you got bored or if you just feel guilty for not trying to get shit done while we're getting shit done, or we're doing work that you should have been getting done as well. So like he's like, I don't trust him either, but it's not worth it to me. So when the experiment fails, call me. When the experiment fails, he calls it an experiment. Then call me because remember, I'm the one who was pulling out your weight. I was cleaning up your mess. Remember when I beat your fucking ass when astounding when we tried to kidnap us?
Hey, Mikey, give this man some breathing room.
Nah, fam.
You already roasted him enough.
He needs to be put in his fucking place. He might well be. Mark basically said, "Bitch, get in your fucking place."
It's like he didn't. It's like he didn't free the slaves. Like what the fuck? Give my man Immortal some room.
Like he didn't write the Emancipation Proclamation.
Exactly.
But you know what? I'm not gonna let that slide because it took the South. It took the slaves 2 years that were in the South to remember that slavery even fucking ended. So fuck Abraham Lincoln.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So basically, like Eve comes in like Mark, we gotta leave, and fucking duplicate again is like enjoy your space, enjoy space, you cold-hearted coward, and Ramon's like, wait, they're going to space. So transitions to again Mark, Eve, William, and Rick, and they're having a night out at the movies, and they're just basically saying like like we don't want to see you go, like it sucks, like we don't want to see you go. And because we're having so much fun, you're the only straight friends that we have. And it's just like, listen, man, we don't want to go, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's the right thing to do. And even if we were to stay under, like, what would we do with our free time? Because we're not gonna be heroes anymore. And it's like, okay, fine, don't go to space. Just fucking, it'll probably be uneventful, right? If you didn't go to space. So like, so basically, just go off. He's just being William. But at the end of the day, like he cares about them and he's happy for them. So like, if it's their best move, him and Rick are all for it. Yeah, I like William and Rick together. I think they're nice. They're a nice couple.
Mm-hmm.
So it transitions again to Mark and Eve. They're getting in bed. Eve's feeling that she's in the mood.
Wait, we're gonna skip the Battle Beast fight. It's the only reason I'm here. This is the only reason I'm here for these fights.
The Battle Beast fight. Yeah, they're going at it. Yeah. And I like how the footnote says like elsewhere, more than likely not the same exact moment that this is happening, but in fact it's happening after Mark and Eve leave the planet. That's at the end of the book.
Just look at the fucking battle scars.
Yeah. So yeah, they're going at it, and they're just saying like, I thirst your blood, and it's like, oh, then I'll drown you in your own, and they're just beating the shit out of each other. They're like punching each other across the planet, and then it's just going on. Let's take note real quick. This panel, the second panel, the thin one, you can see fucking Thragg have a rip in his skull's cracked open. Like you can see his skull.
Yeah.
It's fucked. Like it's fucked. It's oh god.
Right.
But sorry.
Back to the story.
Yeah, transitions to then again Mark and Eve in bed, and Eve is feeling very promiscuous, feeling, she's in the mood. And then Mark's like, he's like, I don't know if I want to do that. And he's like, don't spoil my fun. And she immediately just goes on top of him. And he just straight up is just like, leave me alone. Like, just pushes him right off. Because again, after what happened, he's rejecting, like, touch makes him uncomfortable, which is reasonable. And she's just like, yo, what's wrong with you? And he's like, listen, like, I'm sorry. And the baby starts crying. And he's just like, sorry.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Spoil it.
No, I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it. So shut up. You,
okay.
Unlike you. So then he's just like, yo, what? She's like, what's going on? He's like, listen, I'm fine. He's like, don't worry about it. And he's like, like she's just trying to comfort their daughter, trying just to get to Mark and Nolan, and then just reminiscing. Nolan's telling a story about how, like, he had his ass out during a fight, and the soldiers were laughing. And like, yeah, like they're having a heart to heart. While Mark is in another place. And I like this because we haven't really seen Nolan and Mark and Art like talk after what happened with Nolan, so it's very good to recap on that. And so it transitioned again, and Mark is just mad at his dad because he feels like he's betrayed him because he won't fight Rex's regime. And he's like, and he's just like, I feel like I betrayed you. Like, yeah, it wouldn't be the first time you betrayed me, Dad. And yeah, like,
he's right though.
He is right.
He really is, yeah.
So basically, is like, no one understands. Like, listen, like, Mark, it's for the greater good. If you're mad at me, understand that. Like, even if you hated me, like, I'd understand. Like, I'd be fine with that. And he's like, like, and listen, like, just that'll listen, like, that'll just be good. Mark's like, that'll just be good enough, but like, I understand why you're doing it. And he's like, that makes sense. He's like, and he's asking where the ship is that Alan's sending it to be in a few hours. So then it transitions again to even her parents. And it's just like this entire conversation is just like Eve's dad being Mr. Wilkins is being sexist for the first half, and then her mom is like, I need to be with my grandchild. Why are you gonna take her away from me? She has to be happily raised with her. And then, like, he's just being like, but then here's the turn though, where Eve's dad isn't sexist. And it's just like, listen,
yeah,
I know you don't need I know you don't need anyone to take care of you. I understand that you're a strong woman. You're a strong woman. We've raised you right. You're the strongest girl I know. So just whatever happens, we love you, and we know you'll be fine. And she's just like, were you just not being sexist just now?
He didn't say strongest woman. He said strongest person.
Strongest.
This man has character development. Yeah.
So that it was a nice, quick, funny thing that happened. So then now we get more of the feels, and it's Debbie and Mark on the moon base, and they're just he like the ship starts to arrive, and then she's just being like like affecting that, like the moment I met your dad, like I knew my life would never be the same, and this is proof. Like, you have a daughter. A Viltrumite war happened. We're living in space now. Like, all that stuff. It's just a big reflection. And and then she really admits to Mark, like, yeah, like, even though your dad, kind of fucked us over, and I got back with him really quickly. But in the end of the day, after all of these months, because it's been months ever since that happened, with them getting back together, like, she's genuinely happy. Like, Nolan is the one for her, and she knows that, and he has legitimately changed for her, and they're better than ever, and and the fact that like and the fact that everything's basically like the ship arrives, and then she's just like she just says like, you've grown to be like, how have you grown to be like the greater man that I ever thought you could imagine you to be. And then they share a hug, and she's like, I'm just gonna miss you, son. And she's like, you'll come to visit, right? And it's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna visit. And I would go across the universe to see you, Eve, and your nameless child. And he's like, also, like, tell. He's like, yeah, we're gonna name her. Don't worry. I was like, okay, tell Oliver that I love him, and that I'm excited to see him next time we come to visit. And so the ship leaves. And it's the same ship where Nolan and Debbie have been fucking on. So, so then it's kind of like, we're about to leave. It'll be a long flight. Just be prepared. He's covering his eyes. Like, oh, why is he covering his eyes? Oh yeah, Mark, because wait, are my parents fucked on this ship? They're the last ones, and they start to laugh, and they start to hug, and they start drifting away from Earth, and she realizes something. It's like, what? I know what to name our daughter, because she's our little piece of Earth, and and then basically for our audience, this little girl, now we can finally introduce her as little baby Tara Grayson, and that's how this issue ends. So thoughts on issue 115?
It's sweet.
Very
Yeah.
this
I
gave
had
me the
something
feels.
to say.
It gave me the feels the whole time. Like I was
Very
like,
true. Mm-hmm.
because I like because the writing is so good because this Earth has been Mark's life for the past, I don't know, let's say, I don't know how old Mark is now. We'll say like in his 20s, like his early, so we'll say like
late 20s.
We'll say he's 21, 22.
That young?
Yeah. So he's spent on life on Earth for 22 years. He's been through battles. He's nearly died. He's grown relationships, lost relationships, and it's the writing makes it feel like, yeah, this is a goodbye to his former life, and so Kirkman did a good job of invoking that to the reader, like, yeah, like this is, we have to feel what Mark's feeling. So then it's just an entire recap that's just all the feels. So we're saying goodbye to Amber, we're saying goodbye to Art, Nolan, Debbie. Well, not Nolan and Debbie, like for now, obviously, but like on Earth, it's good stuff. I loved it.
I'm assuming we don't see Art again.
I would assume so.
No.
I would also assume I could be. I could also be wrong about Amber as well, but I'm pretty sure that like we don't see her again.
Okay.
I also would say I'm pretty sure that like we don't see William and Rick again either.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I could be wrong. Remember, I could be wrong. So, but yeah, it's a great heartwarming, and freaking Immortal is being a bitch. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Did we pick anyone to read issue 118?
Me.
Yeah, Mikey is.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's a great issue. Very, very heartwarming. Being with Amber just touched me, man. I was so happy.
Yeah, it's nice to see that Amber's happy.
Yeah, well, that's good. And then it's just a great goodbye. That's to Earth. So
yeah. I'm so happy that Nolan and Art got back together, and then they're starting to build a friendship.
Yeah. That's great because remember how sad Art was when Nolan just like he left for Telescria and didn't say goodbye to him.
Yeah.
So such good friends.
Yeah. So now hopefully that friendship can grow, and I like that. It's very nice. Also, here's a question to close out my thoughts, because obviously I love the issue a lot. But do you think that this revolt that Immortal and Duplicate and like Sinclair and his peers are gonna start up, we think it will work? Because we won't know for a while. So
Matt, you want to go?
Well, I have a hunch, but it's based on something that I never would have picked up on. I saw it in something I was reading online. I saw it in a comment. Yeah. So, Christian, you say your theory first, and then I'll say what I think. It's not a spoiler. But
okay. I think that they're just gonna fail like miserably, and they're probably gonna be just in prison with Britt and the rest.
Okay, here's what I think. Because I don't remember this, but I saw a comment about how this is what Future Mark was talking about in a previous episode.
Holy shit.
And back then, Immortal was ruling the world, right?
Yeah, he was.
So I think Immortal's going to win.
Oh my god.
Holy fucking
Oh my god.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that.
I was literally thinking this too, and I just forgot that I thought that while I was reading it.
Oh my god. I refuse to believe that Immortal can do literally anything impressive.
I mean, but then I also remembered that I've read this book, and I'm not gonna answer if you're right or not.
That's fair.
But yeah, but that's good. I completely forgot about that. Okay.
Big brain move, Matthew.
Yeah, depressed Immortal who wanted to die. I forgot about him. But yeah, good theory. So I'm gonna go back to this video in case when we do that in the future. So that's what I did the last time. You guys did theories. So yeah. So any other thoughts on 17 before we move on?
Not enough dudes kissing.
Of course,
my main complaint. God damn it.
It hasn't
not
changed yet. I agree.
Yeah, it's like they don't even know it's Pride Month. It's so upsetting.
All right. So again, so issue 118, people. 118.
118.
Let's talk about the cover a little bit. First off, I've been waiting for this because this is my favorite version of the Invincible logo and masthead, like in the entire series. It's phenomenal,
really clean.
well designed.
It's super clean.
And now the title has changed. So now that's what was called the only super comic book you need. Now it is officially the best, and then they scratched off the superhero comic in the universe. So it's great, and we get this. It's a great page of Mark and Eve and Telescria just flying and also Tara looks terribly drawn. Like
yeah, she's a fucking ugly ass baby.
Shout out to Taylor.
Yeah, she was right.
It's just the way it's drawn. Like this is definitely Tara looks really ugly here.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I think Ollie is not great at drawing babies. But yeah, and also to spotlight this because this is again the new, obviously with the rebranding with the logo and all that stuff and the covers is the new status quo. So this is basically the issue that new readers can pick up on because they release this issue for free.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think here at the bottom.
You know, Mikey, I think when you first recommended this comic to me, this is the first comic book I actually read of it.
Really?
Yeah. I was so confused what was happening, and I honestly thought this was the first issue, and then turns out it wasn't.
When was
that? Not even a little bit.
Yeah, like a year, like more than 2 years ago.
Oh wow! Wait, you just find it on the stands or something like that, or
no? I was just looking up on it online. I was like, yeah, Mikey's been talking about Invincible a lot. Might as well check it out now.
Gotcha.
So I was checking it out, and this is the first thing that popped up.
Nice. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, so obviously because this is the new reader issue basically to get people on the book. There's a huge recap of Invincible issue 1 to now.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting, and I really like. It's very flashy because of the text and typography, but it's actually I actually read it. It's a pretty good recap that refreshes you.
Yeah, all things considered, I think it serves its purpose pretty well.
Yeah. So
you guys actually read it?
I did.
I actually did, yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Because I read it because I wanted to see what it said about Nolan coming back, and it turns out it does not say that much about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's what I think it says Jason Howard does the recap session. That's interesting. Jason Howard's the guy who draws Astounding Wolfman. I think he laid it out. He probably laid it out. But yeah, so sorry. We get to this issue, and now obviously Mark and Eve they're arriving in their new home in Telescria. And guess who's there to greet him? Our fucking boy. Now Matt's actually here to actually see his character come back. Alan the goddamn alien.
Hell yeah! The reunion finally happened.
Yeah, Alan. with Mark and Alan, or with Matt and Alan?
Me and Alan.
Oh, obviously Matt and Alan.
But yeah, so Alan there to greet him, and they're just obviously just amazed that they're gonna be living here now. And he goes up to greet Tara, and Tara just oh, look at this little thing. This is your little cute little baby. And Tara just punches him in the eye, and he's like, "Oh shit, my eye!" And the guard is starting to go ballistic, and and Eve must be yo, back the fuck up. And he's like, guys, it's fine, I'm all good. It's fine, guys. They're my body, they're my security, because I'm the president of this fucking bitch. So let's go. And I don't really need security because I'm way stronger than them. But it's just there just cause. And basically they talk about he mentions hey you ready to get back into the fold, and he's like, oh, listen, I said this straight up to Alan. We had an agreement where I'm just here to raise my family to have to have a good life. I'm not gonna be doing risky ass mission fights for the coalition of planets. He's like, listen, I understand. I listen to you, Mark. Don't worry. And I understand because you're trying to raise your daughter. But I was just saying it just in case, because I was actually sending someone here to meet me, and I thought to meet y'all first, and I'm just surprised that I'm early. and we get the reveal that our fucking boy,
your boy. I don't know about
Yeah.
our boy, your boy,
Definitely not mine.
our fucking boy. I'm saying that, Matt. Shut up. Oliver returns, and he's all grown up.
Oh my god, he's hot.
He's a Grayson after all.
Yeah. He's also like 4.
And Oliver, obviously the pigmentation's gone. He's full like Viltrumite now because it's revealed like later on after he says after they're all shocked that Oliver's grown up, because last time we saw Oliver, Christian, I believe it was because me and you were on this episode when he released the Scourge virus.
Yeah, when he committed mass terrorism and genocide.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So again, Oliver comes back to greet them, and he talks about how hell, even though he's all grown up, he's still fucking irresponsible and shows up late. And he embraces his brother, and I love this. I like how they hug because they haven't seen each other in a long time,
and they look identical.
Yeah.
The only thing you can tell different about them is the hair, but then again, they're brothers, so it didn't bother me.
And I think Oliver's a little slimmer.
Yeah, he definitely
is. They have the same face, and I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're brothers after all, so it makes sense.
Exactly.
But yeah, so then he hugs his brother and mentions, dude, like this is fucking crazy. Like, dude, you're gonna be older than me soon. It's like, well, I mean, my aging has slowed down after we've gotten older, so we're probably gonna be the same age for a while, but brother, I think it's fucking awesome. I love this so much. And
it's a sweet scene. It's a shame that Oliver sucks.
That is correct. It is a real shame that Oliver sucks.
No, Matt, change your diaper. So moving on. So he's just saying like, hey, like, he's like, I know you guys are tired, so like, we're gonna just help you settle in, and I'm gonna invite my girlfriend so we can like, make dinner for you guys tonight. And it's like, wait, a girlfriend? Oh, we'd love to meet her. And it's like, yeah. And like, how long has it been going on? It's a little serious, big bro. It's a little serious. It's like, that's great. So then, basically like, they say goodbye to Alan, and making sure that their living situation's in order. And it's like, yeah, we got it ready to go. So it transitions to their new place moments later, and Alan pimped them out. Got him a place with a view. It's rent free. It has a kitchen, all the utilities. And it's great. I don't have the page, but it's a very interesting looking apartment.
Yeah, if you guys play GTA 5, it's the most expensive apartment you could get in GTA 5.
Yeah. Oh, GTA 5. Memories. But yeah, so they're settling in, and like they're trying to unpack and all that stuff, and Eve has to change her diaper, and she's saying how like this is the worst diaper that she's ever had to change. I don't know what the fuck we gave her, but it's just like it's awful. And so like Mark's trying to pack the clothes. Like, Mark, it's fine. We'll deal with it later. So like we'll just we'll pack, and we'll immediately go to Oliver's. We'll have a tour of the city, but then they both pass out. And I think it's very cute. It's mom, dad, and daughter pass out on the couch. And Eve wakes up, she puts Tara to bed, and she's just like, Mark, like, again, she's in the fucking mood. And she's just like, I put Tara sleeping alone in her room, like, so now we're alone. Let's get fucking to it, big boy. And then Mark straight up just like backs up and is like, no, like he gets surprised and backs up into the fucking wall, like flies off into the wall. And then he's like, Mark, what the hell? Like, it's like, what's the problem? Like, is there something wrong with me? Like, why aren't you like, he's like, are you ever gonna talk about this? And Mark's just like, wah. And then she's like, Eve, and then the door knocks on the door, and Eve's like, okay, fine, Oliver's here. We'll talk about this later. So now we see Oliver and his new girlfriend, whose name is Haluma.
Hallelujah.
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 Yeah, hallelujah. And this is their girlfriend and his girlfriend, Hallelujah. And she's like, nice to meet you guys. Oliver's told me so much about you. And they're just distraught. They're just like,
Hey, remember when Oliver was aroused by those lobsters?
Yeah.
In that restaurant?
Yeah.
And now his fiance is a lobster woman?
Yeah.
Kirkman definitely didn't forget about that.
A fucking crustacean? You guys ever just love seafood that much?
He's got it tight. Dude, listen, I love seafood, but
not that much.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't fuck it, but I mean, Oliver likes what he likes, so
yeah,
I can't hate. But yeah, so they're just like she asks where their kitchen is, and Eve goes to help her out, and he's just like, yo, like he's like, you seem tired, like like hope we're not interrupting, and like I was just excited to have you guys meet Hallelujah, and he's like, listen, like it's fine, like she seems really nice, which I mean, Hallelujah is a nice person, I mean, even though she doesn't look like a human, which is fine, and he's just like, yeah, like I know it didn't seem like your ideal mate, like because back on Earth, like now, but now you're in my shoes because I wasn't liking how the women look back on Earth. And he's like, yeah, I guess you're right, but like here's the thing, I'm supportive, I'm happy for you. And he's like, but yeah, man, listen, like she's hot, like look at those fucking mandibles, bro, fucking, she got some good ones, like, like And
I don't like it. I don't like it.
So then they start to cook, and like so Hallelujah gets to it and starts cooking, and they're welcome to this amazing feast.
Yeah, it sure looks amazing.
I'd eat it.
Actually, no. Listen, I'm an adventurous eater, so like I would actually eat it.
Yeah, you won't eat ass.
No.
Shame on you. Can you really call yourself an adventurous eater?
Shame on you.
Liar.
But yeah, he's like, guys, listen, she made us some food. Let's dig right in. And then Mark, as you can see, her goes to get a bite of this like tendril-looking thing, and then Eve's just disgusted, and he just takes a little bite, and he's like, "Holy crap, this shit is fucking good, Holmes." So then him, Hallelujah, and Oliver just start going to town on this food. And Eve's just like, you know what? Just give me some veggies. I don't want no meat. Just give me some veggies. And he's like, Hallelujah just passes her some veggies. And the veggies still look weird. And Mark's like, yo, listen, you're missing out because this shit is crazy fucking delicious. So then, Oliver and Hallelujah leave. And, Oliver's stomach's grumbling a little bit. And he's just like, oh shit, like I'm going to go sleep on the couch. Like this shit is the itis.
Mark's having the grumblies.
He's having the grumblies. Like the itis is hitting him. He's having the grumblies. And then until the next morning where this man is taking an Uber dump, fam. That shit be hitting him.
Yo, and this sequence of Mark trying to poop goes on for like 3 or 4 pages.
Dude, it's hilarious.
Have you never taken a dump like that?
Yeah, Matt.
I've taken a dump that took
I
like
sure
5.
have.
Nah, Matt, you don't eat, so shit just passes right through you.
That is true.
One of those dumps where you just have to grab on the sides and pray for dear life.
I've taken shits like that where I'm just like, good God. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
The shit that make you see the afterlife, like that type of shit. But yeah, so he's taking his shit. He's like, yo, what? He's just regretting eating what he ate last night, and then like he does what he needs to do. He tries to flush the toilet. That pressing that button is not flushing. It's like, oh shit, I think I broke it. And Eve is just checking him, like, yo, Mark, like, are you good? And he's like, I'm fine. He's like, fucking no, I'm coming in. Like, no, don't. And then she's like, oh dear God, like it's like yeah, I think I broke it. And he's like, yeah, you broke everything. If you broke something. And so they try to figure out like, how to flush the toilet, and she can't stop looking at what he what's in the toilet, like of what he did. And he's like, don't look at it, like stop. Like, and then she's like, she bends down and then, almost gets her hair in the fucking toilet, and then notices that there's a button at the back. And I also have this page here where, these 2 buttons at the back, and he's like, listen, we don't know what that is. Like, stop being such a coward. She presses it. And so then they get fascinated by like how the toilet like flushes.
It's like a blender.
They say it's like a blender. So it makes like a bzzz and like a boosh sound. And they're just like fascinated. Again, reminding them of like, yeah, they're on an alien planet, so shit's not gonna work like how they do on Earth. I think it's great. There's a constant theme in this book. So then they reminisce on like how his shit was like unnatural and the toilet. And so like he's like I'm gonna go take a shower. He's like, yo, like so like stop. He's like, get back here. And listen, like listen, like you and me, Mark, again, great conversation after he took a dump. Like me and you are in for the long haul. Like that didn't even faze me, Mark. You and your ugly shits.
That's love.
Yeah, that's love. Yeah, that's real love, real talk. If your girl doesn't care about how disgusting your shit is and just loves you anyway, that's a keeper. That's a real one. So,
that goes both ways.
Exactly.
Goes both ways.
Goes both ways. So again, she basically like, "I love you here. We're here for the long haul." And they share a kiss, and then he pushes her against the window, and they're like, you think like they're about to get it down, and Mark again just pushes against like I can't I she's like, "Mark, what's wrong?" And then we see this great panel of just Eve's face, and Mark to the side, and then it goes to Mark's perspective, and Mark's just crying, and he's just bursting in tears. He sits down and is like, "Mark, like, please, like, talk to me. Like, what's the matter?" And he's like, "I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want to like cry in front of you and stuff like that." And he's like, I'm trying to do my acting game right here. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm just so sorry. I just can't do it. And he's like, "What for? What? Like, we're trying to scare me." It's like, and this is she forced herself on me, and like, if she raped me, I can't. And he's like, "What?" And then basically, like, he's just explaining like, what happened, like, like I just gotten back, like, you'd broken up with me, and then immediately after she attacked me, and like I refused her in the past, and I didn't tell you about it, but like she just wouldn't stop, and she's like, Mark, I'm sorry, like I'm so sorry, and because again she feels bad, like she broke up with him and that happened, and then listen, like we can get through it together, like I promise, like you don't understand, like. And he basically like I told her to stop, and he's like, but I couldn't help. But it's like, but I can't help but think that like like I could have fought back more. I could have resisted more. Like I tried to hurt. Like what if I tried to hurt her? I could have hurt her more. Like he's just basically please blaming himself, which is again the thing you don't want to do in situations like this. And then it's like I can't stop. I can't stop a thing. Like I held back on purpose. It's like I did what I did. Like I wanted her, like, or maybe like I wanted her to, and he's just like like why else would I hold back? And he's just regressing and regressing, like basically unless some part of me wanted it to happen. And then it's like, I think he cries like I just don't know, and he walks away. And then you look at these three panels, and then where like he was like Mark, like get in here, like something's wrong. He was like, what is it? Like it's Tara, like she's not breathing, and that's how the issue ends. So thoughts on issue 118, people?
That conversation with Mark and Eve, I'd actually seen before. I saw that online at some point. I didn't realize that was from Invincible.
Really?
Yeah, when I read it, I didn't know that was from Invincible. I think that's very real conversation. That's where we always go to, is real.
Yeah.
But like it's heavy and it's very serious, but I think it's very realistic, and I think the way both Mark and Eve react is very realistic, and I applaud Kirkman for this scene. I think it's really
I was waiting when you said last time, like you were hoping that this wasn't shock value and if this would actually pay off, like going forward, like how this would carry on. I was waiting for this scene because like it's a constant, like this doesn't go away. Like in real life, when sexual assault happens, it doesn't go away. Like you have to.
Yep.
It will be with you, accident will be with you for the rest of your life, and it's clearly affecting Mark. And I love that. Such a real, and again, Eva's a real one. He accepts his awful shits no matter what, and it's also being like, yo, like you were raped, and I'm sorry. Like we'll get through this together. I love this. It's great, right?
That was actually revealed in the next issue, but cool that we addressed it here.
What?
Oh, that she was cool with it, because at the end it kind of left the reader like, oh, is she actually cool with it? Because she ran out crying.
She gets up and leaves, but
it doesn't really matter.
I think even that is a realistic reaction.
Yeah. Real walking away because like you can't process.
Yeah.
Robert Kirkman did a fantastic job portraying trauma. He does a fantastic job portraying trauma.
100%. 100%. This is again
this is a weird scene to put in a book given away for free to get new readers in.
But again, I mean it's awareness.
It's awareness. And that's because it's not, especially with men, it's not something that's really talked about.
Exactly.
Definitely not. Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
Let alone with another man. Can you imagine him talking about that with his father?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff. But sad stuff aside, This issue is great. This ending, I remember reading this again, like back when I first started reading. I'm like, oh my god, like, is she okay? I was a little like, potential dad mode was activated. I was freaking out. But yeah, great issue. I'm happy that Oliver's back and like he's found someone. He's happy. Fun fact: remember when Nolan and Oliver were on Telescria by themselves, and he said, "Yo, like," and Oliver tells him about like how he's not interested in girls on Earth, and because how he grew up. And he says, yeah, like I have a neighbor who has a daughter that I might introduce you to. Hallelujah is that neighbor's daughter.
Nice. That is cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so
he does it again. He does it again.
Kirkman does it again.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So remember when I told you he doesn't forget?
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
But yeah, so that's great. I mean, them just adjusting to Telescria and like the food and all. It's a good issue, and we get serious, and then we get even seriouser at the end. So I love it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Issue 119.
Facts. So issue 119 of Invincible, people.
Okay. So issue 119. Tara dies.
No, you did not say that. You cannot just start off that way.
Okay. The legit. All right. Cover looks great. I have nothing else to add besides that. Yeah. Let's move on to the actual story. Starts off exactly where we left off. Parents panicking, as would be expected. She's not breathing. She's not moving. And Eve is crying, saying that her little girl is dying. And they have to find a hospital on an alien planet. Mm-hmm. And who knows where it could possibly be. Mark picks her up. Both Eve and Tara, and they start flying, desperately trying to find a hospital nearby.
I like how he makes a barrier for Tara.
Tara?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that just like because how fast Mark's moving, or I don't know?
Yeah, it probably is that. Mark frantically asks around these random strangers to figure out where a hospital is. Eventually, he's able to find it. It's the building with the big red cross. Who would have guessed?
I just noticed that.
Yeah. And then he comes in yelling, "I need a doctor." And then a robot's like, "All right, please sign some paperwork." And then Eve's like, "Our baby is dying." And then a doctor comes in. It's like, "Understandable. Let me help out. So tell me about this baby. What's the background?" And Eve's like, half human, half Viltrumite. And the doctor's like, "Viltrumite? I can't help a Viltrumite. That's unethical." And then Mark was like, "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you! How my goddamn baby? You want
to see another go? You want to see that shit?
You see this? Up your ass! Turn you and motherfucking puppet into a muppet!" Oh my goddamn baby. So the doctor's like, "You know what? You make a very persuasive argument, sir. I'll go help out your baby. But only one of you can come in. Let's have the mother. You stay outside because you scare me."
No, he says none of them can come in. And then he was like, "Bitch, like, I'm going to see my daughters, okay?" And it's like, "Okay, fine. Like, okay, you can come, but you have to stay."
So Mark's left in the waiting room, frustrated as a father would be. And his brother Oliver and his girlfriend Halaler comes by. Halaler comes by to check up on them because he just got the message that they sent him. Oh yeah, and Hallelujah asked for any updates, and Mark's like, "What did you feed us? It had to be something you gave us last night." And then Oliver's like, "Hallelujah didn't feed you anything bad. I eat that stuff all the time." And Mark's like, "What else could it have been? It had to be the food." And then Hallelujah makes a very good point that he brought a baby to an alien planet across radiation from stars, all kinds of germs and bacteria that she has no resistance to before you come here, and you blame the food that you couldn't stop shoving in your mouth, by the way? And then Mark's like, "My daughter could be dying, biatch."
Dude, I've never heard Mark say that. Like,
I know,
like
right?
Bitch.
Yeah. Oliver breaks them up, and Mark's like, I'm sorry, I'm just very emotional right now, which is very understandable. And his brother comforts him. And Mark's like, I can't lose her. I just can't. And Oliver's like, I got you, buddy. I know you're scared. Eve comes by, says, Mark, I got the news. Mark's like, she okay? Eve's like, she's okay. The doctor sent me out to get you. And Hallelujah is like, what a freaking jerk. Your brother's a jerk. Which is not completely fair.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah. So the bubblegum looking motherfucker was like, we have such a cute little baby. This is the doctor, by the way. And he explains that the reason why she passed out was because the food that she ate was highly oxidized. And went into the food. Huh? Yeah, it was the food, exactly. Yep. So the food was highly oxidized. And as she was digesting it, it passed through her body very quickly through the breast milk that Eve provided. Now, since her blood was digested, she didn't need to breathe. And although she wasn't breathing, she wasn't getting enough oxygen from the food that she got since it was oxidized. She essentially passed out and became unconscious. And then Mark was like, oh my, is there any long-term effects? And then the doctor was like, no, but we'll get this baby on a proper food schedule ASAP. Yeah. And
he also like adds where like he just like, well, are we good? And he's like, listen, you guys are adults. Like this wouldn't happen to an adult. So this would only happen related to a newborn. So it makes sense.
So she'll be growing out of it eventually. And then Mark's like, man, being a parent is complicated. And then we get this epic just absolutely god tier.
You gotta full screen this shit again, bro. Yes. Oh my god.
Lord almighty. If that's not a phone screensaver, I don't know what is. Look at that.
Just a reminder, this fight is still happening.
Yeah, still happening. Gosh. So now that we creamed our khakis over this fantastic image, we head back to boy, Alan the alien, talking to Space Racist about the fight going on.
Wait, what?
Space Racist? Yeah, Space Racist. I didn't expect you guys to pick it up, to be completely honest.
Okay.
I was hoping we just like glossed over it and someone who's watching was like, did he just say Space Racist? All right, so Alan is completely shocked that they're still fighting and that it's been days. And Space Racer is like, yeah, they've just been moving around the planet nonstop. It's been hard to attack them, so I don't want to risk shooting them and making it more difficult for Battle Beast. Alan's like, I understand. Keep me posted. Mark comes in. He's like, hey, am I interrupting anything? And Alan's like, yeah, no problem. Come in. They have a conversation about what exactly Mark's going to be doing on this planet. And Alan's like, I think your best bet for not being in fights for me is to be an investigator for me. And then Mark's like, I get to be a spy in space? Space spy? That's a good t-shirt. And Alan's like, not exactly. But of course, Mark wasn't listening because Space Spy sounds so awesome. And they agree. He's a space spy now. Mark wishes him luck in settling in, and he offers him some canned slock, which is that delicious stuff that he's been eating nonstop throughout the entire couple of issues. And Mark's like, probably shouldn't. And then he finally tries it. And he loves it.
I love this.
Yeah.
Because I forgot that was Alan's favorite snack, those screaming insects.
Yes.
So
I want to try it.
I know, right? I think it's canon now that the canned slock is delicious to our human palate. Yeah. So if you guys could get some access to some canned slock and send it to us, we'll put our PO box in the description down below.
Yeah.
Mark flies off into space. He looks around and he realizes how foreign the world is to him. And he realizes how difficult it's going to be to adjust to this new lifestyle. Makes it back home. Eve's setting up dinner. She says that she got back from the nutritionist. Says that the reason why Mark was pooping like a mother trucker was because the food was prepared horribly, and it was Hallelujah's fault. And she picked up some food from Galdarian.
Yeah.
Have we seen that planet before?
I mean, Mark does say that it's familiar. I know the answer. And Christian, you should know the answer.
Okay.
Is it Tech Jacket?
That's tech jackets. That's where the tech jackets come from.
Oh, that's a nice detail.
Good job,
All
Matt.
right.
You get a point. Christian, you failed.
I got a point.
Yeah, honestly, that's fair because I am
Yeah, you are. How can you forget?
Whatever, man. Whatever. So they have potatoes and corn, I guess. And then Mark's like, it smells good. And then Eve's like, everything smells good, you fuck. And they eat. They put baby to sleep. And they finally have the conversation about what Mark experienced back on Earth. Eve asks why he thinks that it's his fault. And then he explains the same thing he explained. He should have fought harder. And she said, bullshit, because, it is bullshit. She says that you think some part of you wanted that to happen with Anissa. You think I was part of your fault? I'm saying that's bullshit. Yeah. And then he says, when I told you, you seemed mad at me and you walked away. She said, I was still processing. I should have been more understanding right away. I'm sorry. Then everything happened with Tara, and I've had a lot of time to think about it. And not one single thing was your fault. You can't be blamed. Gotta love her. We'll work through it together. I love you. Eve being best girl once again. She comes in for the kiss. Mark's like, I don't know, man. I'm not comfortable with that yet. And she's like, okay, I understand. You're here. We're together. That's what matters. Everything else will work out together. And he's like, thank you. And then Alan comes by. I know what I said, but things have taken a really bad turn with Thragg. I hate to ask this, but can you please murder this guy for me? And then Mark's like, so ends issue 119 of Invincible. Thoughts? Opinions?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Mark is a space spy now, and I like that. Canclock is delicious. I like that. Tech jacket reference. I also love that. I like this issue is great. I mean, I'm just happy that Tara's okay.
Yeah. It's interesting to see Mark adjusting to this alien planet. I think it's neat.
It's very neat. Yeah, and it's just that's basically this issue and the next one is just them just adjusting to this to their new life, and yeah, it's great. It's great stuff. And Battle Beast is still fighting Thragg.
For now, speaking of which, you want to talk about issue 120?
I want to talk about it.
All right, issue 120.
Invincible number 120. This cover is wild.
Yeah,
dude, it's nuts, dude.
This is my favorite cover out of all.
Really?
Of them. Yeah, this one. Look at the eye. It looks like a destroyed ping pong ball.
Yeah, it does.
That is detail.
Yeah,
I love it.
So this issue opens up with Battle Beast. He's covered in blood, and he says thank you right before Thragg tears out his stomach. I don't know.
It's like his intestines. That's what it is.
It's real gross, is what it is.
Matt.
Yeah.
Wait, Matt. Hold on. Before we move on, you need to change your diaper.
I'm fine for now, but I'll keep you updated.
Thanks,
dude. Man, it just keeps going. Because the next thing, oh man, there's more blood all over the place, and Thragg just falls unconscious. And the bug people are like, "Yo, we gotta save this dude." So they take him. Meanwhile, up in space, Sexy Yoda's talking to Space Racer. And she's real upset that Battle Beast is dead. And so Space Racer, because she wants to do something foolish probably, and get herself killed. And Space Racer knocks her out, and they escape.
Fucking love that. Please shut up.
So Oliver and Mark show up. They're too late, obviously, because we just saw what happened.
Mhm.
Mark's like, yeah, so there was obviously a battle here, but at this point, it was like, what, about 4 days ago or so?
Yeah.
And they have no idea what's going on, but it gives Mark and Oliver an interesting opportunity to talk about the planet, because this is where Oliver's from. And Oliver's like, yeah, I don't really, I don't remember it that well. He remembers a little bit, but it's been the last time he was here for these bug people. It's been generations. His mom's dead. Everything he knew is long dead. So then an old bug shows up and he's like, "So you seek the battle beast?" Yeah. Anyway, he tells him where to find Thragg.
Yeah.
I don't know why this conversation matters.
It doesn't. He's just like fucking. Oh, we love Battle Beast so much. And no, wait. Oh, we hate Battle Beast so much. And we burned him. And that's it. That's literally it. Yeah.
So then we go into space for a Star Trek joke.
Woo!
There's an extended Star Trek joke in this issue. I'm not sure why it's here.
I mean, because you remember the Telescria's fleet? They've been in Invincible this entire time.
Yeah,
I don't remember these guys even a little bit.
How do you not remember the Star Trek crossover? That was it was literally right after the Spider-Man crossover.
It was literally like when we were introduced to Alan, they show up.
Like this, literally looking like a Star Trek joke.
No, I'm fucking with you. It's just a meme that you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
they did look like Star Trek people though. That's not like that's true.
Okay, but like here we've got Captain Picard and we have Data and the guy with the beard. I haven't seen Next Generation in so long. I can't remember his name. Like it's just actual Star Trek characters in here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. I didn't even notice that. I thought they were just made up for the book.
No. So anyway, they're trying to, find where Thragg went when Sexy Yoda shows up and starts fighting people. And Mark's like, "Oh, keep her down." And Space Ranger knows her. Space Ranger tells her to stop, and then they hug, and she cries because she's so upset that
the love of her life died.
Lover is dead. And Space Ranger's like, "Yeah, bro, I'll get you." So Mark goes home. Mark catches up with Eve. Eve tries to do some sexy time, and Mark's like, but she's like, only if you're ready. And Mark's like, yeah, we can give it a try. And then we have this really cute sequence. It goes on for a little while with Mark hanging out with Eve. Not Eve, with Tara.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eve
she's so happy.
She's so happy.
She ugly.
Shut up.
I mean, she's a little ugly, but she's happy.
Thank you, Matt.
So Mark hangs out with Tara for a long time. There's this great page where he kind of just talks at her, which is, I think, very cute.
I have them both. Yeah.
And he promises to always be there for her, and I don't know. It's really really sweet.
It's just Mark just being a dad.
Yeah,
it's great. Like
it's crazy to see how far he's come from. The kid that threw that trash bag into space.
Yeah.
Now he's here with the daughter.
Yeah, it's now raising his daughter on an alien world. It's like,
yeah,
so relatable.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then Eve shows up, and she's like, she offers to make breakfast, even though it's lunchtime. And they go out on a little date. They get Tara dressed and they go out for lunch. They look at some crystals. There's this little alien girl who wants to get her cat out of a crystal tree.
Oh, her Katha?
What?
Her
Katha, you're right. Yeah. And Mark goes up to get the cat out of the tree, and then she eats it.
I love it. I don't have that page, but I love that scene.
So funny.
And then Mark and Eve and Tara go on their little family date, and it's really cute. And then we go to space. And in space, we see the bug people and their army of Olivers. And also, who else is here? Thragg. And he's wearing Battle Beast as a coat.
Dude.
Hold on.
Mikey, did you not add this? Mikey, this is such a cool image. And so disrespectful.
Did you really not grab it?
You don't doubt me.
Okay.
I
Cool, because you're taking a while to bring it up.
Because Matt went too fucking fast.
Well, okay. I mean, how much do we talk about this pig with one line and a bunch of babies?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I was okay ever since Battle Beast has been introduced, and then we've been doing this podcast, and ever since Thragg has been introduced, I was waiting for this. I was waiting to see Thragg wearing fucking Battle Beast as a goddamn coat. Ever since we've introduced these characters in this podcast, I love Thragg when he looks like this. He looks so badass.
Yeah.
And also like rip Battle Beast, but he looks so badass.
Bro, I just realized it's the replacement for his old coat that was passed down for generations.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Oh, I didn't get that.
This is now his new replacement regal coat.
And it looks awesome.
It really is. Yeah, this one's so much better than what Nolan has.
I've seen Otley draw a lot of commissions with this because people love this so much.
Yeah.
When they request a Thragg commission, they always want him with the Battle Beast coat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's sick.
So sorry. Should I say what I? Oh, also yeah. This shit right here again. This page. This is bad. Like this is basically being like, oh guys, remember this shit. Robert remind me that shit's gonna hit the fan when they all grow up. Like
maybe Nolan shouldn't have let this guy live.
That's just not. Remember when Mark was saying how Nolan keeps keeps making mistakes that he think are the right decisions.
Yep.
Now this is again reintroducing that theme.
Let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe it's an army of friendship.
Yeah, that's right. Humanitarian babies.
Yeah. They're hugging. They're gonna be hugging. They're gonna be hugging people.
They'll be hug babies.
Hug babies.
Hug babies.
Hugging them till they explode. Literally.
Oh.
So would you have relations with one of these bug peoples?
Do I have other options?
Yeah.
Like, if you want me to say, like, would you
choose crustacean?
Would you rather say choose either Hallelujah or this? I would choose this.
Okay, fair enough.
So, like, would I just do it like out and about?
Yeah, I guess.
Would I do it out and about? I mean, probably not.
See, what bothers me is the probably. Because I know you want to say yes, you're just not proud of it.
Like
I'm pretty sure you kind of do, Mikey.
Because think about it, right?
It feels like a yes, Mikey.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a yes. It's all right, Mikey.
Remember,
you want to fuck the alien bug people. It's okay.
It's okay. You just say that, Michael.
Yeah, you just say I
want to fuck the alien bug people.
Let me fucking think. Let me fucking think.
No, yeah, I know it's so distracting. You can't even think. I get that.
Let me fucking speak. So, say in a hypothetical future. When
Mike's so flustered about how badly he wants to fuck these bugs.
I know, right? It'd be so great if we just stopped the stream before it could give the explanation.
I will fucking
just leave.
If I was in charge of the stream, I would end it right here.
I would love that so much.
Moving on. But great. This book is great. This issue is great. I can't even fucking think because it's fucking
those bug titties, man. Just keep on running through your mind. I guess.
Bug tibby.
All right, but like, yeah, this issue.
Mikey wants some bug tibbies.
You see those mandibles?
Mikey's like, yeah. Mikey's like, yeah, Oliver, I get it. Mandible. Mikey's like, yeah, bro, I got you.
Oh my god! But
is this why you like Oliver so much?
No.
Yes, Mikey relates to Oliver on a spiritual and sexual level.
Oh my god!
Can we please move on so we can continue?
I don't know, Mikey. Can we? You've been talking about how you want to bone these bugs for so long.
Oh
listen, Mikey, I'm trying to move on, but you keep talking about how badly you want to fuck these bugs.
All right, so
I'm ready to move on whenever you are. You're just talking about these bugs.
Oh my god! So this issue is really good.
I know.
Everything about it is good.
We know you like it. You keep talking about it.
Dude. Any other thoughts? Do you guys have anything to just say? What you gotta say.
Nah, I'm
I feel good.
personally
I can't
good.
stop
Yeah,
laughing. Wait, what did you say, Christian? Sorry.
I'm personally good.
All
If
right.
you're good,
If
are
you're
you
good.
good? Are you done, Michael?
Are you done?
All right. Yeah, he's done. All
Okay.
right.
All
Y'all
right.
be breaking all these bugs' backs, bro. Real shit. I just want to say that so we can stop fucking talking about this.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's a great issue. I mean, rip the Battle Beast. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
No, but like, yeah, dude, this is just great. It's a great issue. It's a good ending. It's a good, setting up. Guys, this will basically shit will hit the fan later on. So remember that. But yeah, it's good. And again, Mark and Eve again. Mark being a dad, great. One of my favorite scenes in this book. Mark and Eve adjusting their love life, great. I'm actually curious. Y'all think, real quick, just to my closing thing before we move on to like other thoughts, but like, y'all think that like if they ever go back to Earth and Anissa's there, Eve will try to beat the living shit out of her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she could take her. I mean, not really, but I like emotionally, I want her to be able to kick her ass.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Yeah. But yeah. So, any other thoughts for this issue? From one of the final thoughts. All right. So, again, final thoughts on Volume 21, Modern Family. Great. Just again,
I am excited for these changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely excited. Ecstatic with the baby. I'm looking forward to some really good dad content because I love dad content.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, you'll really, because I was going to read it, because you'll enjoy watching Tara grow up. It's one of my favorite parts of Invincible, watching Tara grow up. It's amazing.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, like good stuff. Great. I've been waiting for this change, because again, so to quote Declan, this is what he remembers. This is how of when we talk about Invincible. This is all he remembers of the book, because part of the book is just because near the end. So crazy. So now that we're off Earth, I'm very excited to see what's going on moving forward. I mean, to the parts that I know that are going to be, you guys will blow your mind, or not, who knows. But yeah, good stuff. I mean, it's good book. Again, gave me the feels the whole time. The whole time gave me the feels. I just, yes, gosh, man, it's good stuff.
I'm real curious about where it goes.
You have any other theories or anything that comes to mind? About anything? Just
no.
All right. Oh yeah. Well, so I mean, if that's those our final thoughts, then
what's next week, Michael?
So next week, people, on next week Wednesday, tune in where we are going to be talking about. Let me pull up the spreadsheet real quick.
Volume 22.
Volume 22. Shit. Okay. I didn't think it would be this soon. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for ever since we got on this arc.
You've been saying that about every arc.
No, but Volume 22 is an event.
An event?
Oh.
And is it the Oliver War?
I said no.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No. It's not. That's for later. But yeah, this is another event. I will say this as well. Invincible War was my favorite, which I've said. This is my second favorite.
Okay.
I love it that much. So
Love Invincible War?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, issue 24, episode 20. I mean, volume 22, episode 28. We'll be covering issues 121 to 126. So we're almost there. We'll be halfway by the time.
We're halfway there.
Yeah. So anyone want to give me a drum roll? What's the name?
Can you hear it?
Reboot?
I don't know what that means.
That's the name of the thing.
Okay.
It's a reboot.
It's a reboot?
Diesel's coming back?
No, it's called a reboot.
I don't get it.
Reboot with a question mark.
Reboot? More what? I don't. Mikey, explain it like you're explaining it to a monkey.
Huh?
I don't. What are you trying to say? What is of what? The
What?
comic? Are we starting over from square one?
I'm just gonna say that the arc is called the event, which is only like 3 issues. Within the whole volume, it's called a reboot with a question mark at the end, and I'll leave it up to interpretation. I'm not telling you anything.
Okay, it's Invincible. It's literally the retelling of Mark, but from the perspective of a black guy.
I will tell you this right now: you are 100% wrong.
I feel like that's incorrect. I feel like I'm 100% right. No, I feel like I'm 95% right. That it's the retelling of Invincible, but from a perspective of a black guy.
I mean, if you say so.
Yeah. All right.
Well, yeah, that's it, people. Thanks to people that were watching, that tuned in, and who will be watching this. We can't wait to move forward. We're excited because we're almost at the end. Matt, shut up. Yeah, that's it. So comment, like, subscribe. Yeah, comment, like, subscribe. I'm just kidding, Matt. Chris, you want to do the second outro? What's your question you got for us?
Oh, put down in the comments if you think Mikey wants to fuck those bug girls.
The answer is yes.
The answer, spoiler alert, is yes.
Do you want a second? What's like an actual question?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck you, dude. Really?
Yeah. Give the people what they want, Mikey.
Okay. All right, people. Well, obviously, thanks for watching. Tune in next week. Also, check out the Juneteenth special that I dropped. Best podcast I've ever done. I'm really proud of it. And I'll put a card in there so you can check it out. And yeah, get home safe, people. We'll see you next week.